In this video, I'll be talking about indices. Now, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button after watching this video or as you are watching the video. Now, this says indices is the plural form of index. That's the first thing you have to know about indices. And in indices, if I have a raised to power x, this x is known as what? Index. You can also call it power, and you can also call it exponent. I guess what I'm saying now. This b in this topic we'll be calling it base, and it's any natural number. Now, one of the mistakes people make about indices is that if I have 3 raised to power 2, for example, people tend to say 3 raised to power 2 is 3 times 2, which is what? Wrong. 3 raised to power 2 in indices simply means 3 times 3. That is the base multiplying itself in the number of times you have at the power. So this is the right way of doing indices. That means if I have 3 raised to power 5, it will be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. You get like that. Now quickly, let's check the laws of indices. Laws of indices. Let's check through this in few minutes. Now, the first thing you have to know about this stuff is that these indices rules are always applicable most times when you have the same base. So the first one says that if I have a raised to power x multiplied by what? A raised to power y, it is the same thing as taking a, because they have the same base. Note, it is only when they have the same base that you can do this, and that will be what? X multiplication will turn to what? Addition, and you have what? Y. So similarly, if I have an example like 2 raised to power x multiplied by this, when you see dots here, it means multiplication. If I have 2 raised to power x multiplied by 2 raised to power 5, that will be what? The base are equal, right? I'll pick 1, and that will be x plus what? 5. You know, I can't add x plus 5, so that will be the final answer for that question. The second one states that if I have a raised to power x divided by a raised to power y, you can also be in form of a raised to power x divided by a raised to power y. Now this one, you have, because they have the same base, you have a, then you pick x, this division sign or this will turn to minus, and you have what? Y. So that will now be equals to that, because you can't minus x and y. So similarly, if I have a question like 2 raised to power 5 divided by 2 raised to power 3, you know, that will be what? 2 raised to power what? 5 minus what? 3, and that will give you what? 2 raised to power what? 2, which is 4. If you want to do this the other way, which will take a longer time, you have to say what? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, all over what? 2 times 2 times 2, right? 2 raised to power 5, 2 raised to power 3. So 2 will cancel 2, 2 will cancel 2, 2 will cancel 2. What do you have left? 2 times 2, which will give you what? 4. So it is easier using the rules compared to using the normal way. This one is called multiplication rule, while this one is called the division rule. Now the third one is the power law. This one states that if I have a raised to power x with another power outside y, this will become a raised to power what? X multiplied by what? Y. Multiplied by what? Y. And that will give you what? A raised to power what? X, y. So similarly, if I have a question like 3 raised to power 2 raised to power x, that will give me what? 3 raised to power 2 times what? X, and that will give me what? 3 raised to power 2x. Do we get that now? So that is how to go about that. Then if I have another one, the other law, if I have this one says 0 index law. If I have a raised to power 0, you have to know that anything raised to power 0 will give us what? 1. Anything raised to power 0 will give you 1. So that is that on the 0 index law. So let me write it here. So this is multiplication law. This is multiplication law. This is division. This division. This is power law. Then this was zero index law. Zero index law. I will get what I'm saying now. So the next one. So that means if I have something like 5 raised to the power 0, it will give me what? 1. Now the next rule is that this one is fractional index law. From the word fractional, you can tell that it is having a fraction as its power. So if I have a raised to the power x over y, look at this, the power x raised to the power y. Now this one simply means this y that is outside, you bring it here to become square root. Then this a, you write it in the bracket like this, and your x will be the power. Are we following now? So if I have a question like 8 raised to the power 2 over 3, that will give me what? Cube root of what? 8, right? All raised to the power what? 2. And the cube root of 8, the cube root of 8 means a number that you multiply 3 times that will give you 8, which is what? 2. Because you multiply 2 in 3 places, you have 8. So that will be 2 raised to the power what? 2. Then that will give you what? 4. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. I'll be available to answer all questions, please. Then the sixth law, this one, it states that if I have anything raised to the power 1, it is obviously that thing. So if I have 10 raised to the power 1, it will give me what? 10. And it goes on and on like that. So these laws are very, very important. Then this seventh, this one states that if I have let's say I have a raised to the power minus x, a raised to the power minus z, this one is called the negative index law. This one is called negative index law. While this one is called the fractional index law. This one is the power of 1. Power of 1. I will get what I'm saying now. Now this one says if I have something like a raised to the power minus x, that will give me what? This minus you have here return to 1 all over. Then you have what? A raised to the power what? X. So let's say I have an example like, let me do an example like the one I did, 2 raised to the power 3 divided by 2 raised to the power 5. You know, if you apply this one, that will be what? 2 raised to the power 3 minus what? 5. And 2 raised to the power 3 minus 5 will give us what? 2 raised to the power minus what? 2. So applying the negative index law, that will be what? 1 over what? 2 raised to the power 2. And that will give us what? 1 over what? 4. Now the last rule we're looking into today is, this one doesn't really have a name. If I have a, b raised to the power x, this one is the twins law. Twins. So whatever you do to the firstborn, you also have to do to what? To the second. Whatever you do to tie, you have to do carry this. So this simply means your a will be taking its x, and b will also be taking its own what? X. So if I have a question like 12a raised to the power x, now don't mistake me. Let's say raised to the power 2. Don't misquote what I'm trying to say here. This one doesn't mean I will have 1 raised to the power 2, 3 raised to the power 2, a raised to the power 2. This is wrong. You have to know that number is 1 and letter is 1. So this law is applicable when you have numbers and letters. So let's say something like 12a raised to the power 2. So that will be 12 raised to the power 2, then a raised to the power 2. And that will give us what? 144a square. So I'm sure we all get the right way of solving this. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Thank you very much.